Hey everyone, I think I owe you an update. This is OGHQ. We've done a lot of things since I moved in here a year and a half ago, and I felt like I owed all of you an update, a walkthrough, and talk about what we've done, what we're going to be doing, and just take you through all the progress we've made here at HQ. My goal someday is to turn this, what was a banking ops center. This is where the local bank had all of their, all their call center people, the deposit slip management, all that stuff was done here. They had about 180 employees that worked in this facility. I bought it in hopes to turn it into a shipping, media, assembly type facility. We're not blessed in this area with tons of commercial property, and so I had to think outside the box and come up with an idea or a concept for what OGHQ could look like. In fairness, we went from about 7,000 square feet to 25,600, and so I felt like having this blank canvas, I could do anything with it. So let's go inside and show you what what's changed. So before I walk inside, we had these big circle columns here, and we just kind of tore them out. And so one of the next big projects is going to be taking the exterior of the building, touching it up, and repairing, and then painting. We'll probably paint it some sort of dark gray. This front area looks a little drab, a little old school. And so if we kind of fix the stucco, clean this up, paint it, do a really proper OG sign at some point, I think it could be really cool. I thought about putting a garage door on here. We may still do that, but we were actually able to take these doors off, fit my Evo in here. If you guys have been following along the last year and a half or so, we had put my Evo in the entry. We'd since come out, but this would be awesome if we put like a Rytec door on here someday. It would make sense to have Obsessed Garage and to have a garage door at the front door. But come on in and show you what we've done in here. So, entryway. I think it makes sense that Obsessed Garage should have a garage prototype in the entryway. And so we have our Sonic MSS Plus array displayed here, Rousseau array displayed. We have our OG wash station, which will be coming at some point in the next few months. OG vacuum system. I have a really cool Werther air compressor that's going to go over here in the corner. The concept here is that when you come in to Obsessed Garage, you get a feel for the flavor and what it looks like. I had to rush order these lights. These lights really bother me. These are Cree ZR troffers, but they're the 80 CRI version, not the 90 CRI version. So we will be swapping these at some point. But we have our Swiss Trax RibTrax Pro here. I've outfitted the Sonic array with all of the full master collection. I even have a little bit of hybrid here where I have some tool grid for some extra tools. So I've done a little bit of tool gridding and the Sonic foam inlays at the same time. But the concept here is you can come in, you can touch and feel everything. These tools are off limits for everybody except for me, because nothing drives me crazier than when I'm missing a 10mm socket. But this array here, I should mention, I'm not going to show you this today, a little foreshadowing of what's coming, but I'm actually building a fully functioning, we're going to call it the OG Studio, in the back of the building. So this area I think is cool. People get to see it. They can come in here and go to Rousseau and say, I can show them, well, here's the cool part about Rousseau is there's zero deflection, and you can hold hundreds of pounds. They can see the fit and finish of everything. We actually have our audio solutions. This is the advanced solution. That is the basic solution. I'm going to have the ultimate solution in the studio up back, and then I'll have the obsessed solution, which is my flagship solution at my house. So let's go into the conference room first. I just ordered a chair, so we have some temporary chairs here, but I have a conference table. Look at this thing. My friend Mark at Blue Tree designed and built this for me. This is like the most sturdy, ridiculous table you've ever seen in your life. It's 54 by 16 feet, so 54 inches wide. It's got a powder-coated, big, heavy-duty, I don't know what gauge steel is, but it's heavy gauge steel base. and then it has a walnut top with our preferred Rubio monocoat, sort of satin or flat finish, so wood grain finish. I need 16 chairs, and so I don't want to spend $1,000 on a chair. And so I found some like V1 steel case stuff. So if it works and matches, I'm going to order it and we'll have that in here. You can see I did add, or I'm going to be adding a QN95D. This is an 85-inch Samsung mini LED. It's going to go on the wall here. The goal here is to not spend a ton of money, but to do carpet. So actually fix the walls, paint the walls, baseboards, lighting change, carpet, and paint the doors. Paint the doors and new door hardware. And we're going to do this one room at a time. And so you're going to see the style of this place change. The concept here is to make the facility look like this because everything looked like this. Not ideal. Yellow walls, yellow lights, yellow freaking everything. And so this is going to be one of the next areas we do where all the humans are. And so the web team's over here, tech support's here, purchasing, design. It'll probably be late this year, early next year. So in the next 4 months, we're going to move everybody out. We're going to do the same thing, change the lighting, paint the walls, paint the doors, paint the trim, change the trim. We're actually going to be adding 3 offices to here. A wall is going to go here, and we're going to bring most of the people and put them in this area here. But you can see what generally happens. We're testing some new lights, and so there's always something going on where we're testing new products, trying out, and so we're hoping to make some areas where we can do that. You can see the design team over here working on projects. Scott's drawn a render right there for somebody's garage. It's pretty cool. But imagine this room actually having a much airier, lighter feel when we paint everything, bring the baseboards up to standard, and make it look awesome. And so we're going to make this really, really cool, and we'll let the Bryce and Nathan, we'll let them go after making it look cool as well with doing some graphics and stuff on the wall. So let's go back through this way here. So the very next thing we're working on is this hallway here. And so this hallway is going to be the OG Apparel hallway and our closet system. I mentioned we're building the Obsessed Garage design studio. It'll be the Obsessed Garage and Obsessed Home design studio. We're going to do outdoor kitchens, closets, desk solutions, office solutions, anything that I'm super interested in, lighting for the home, faucets, things that I think are really cool. And so we're going to display our closet system here. And so all the OG apparel is going to go right here. All of the OG shelf solutions are going to go on this wall. So we have stainless, floating, fixed shelves, black powder coated to match the Sonic MSS Plus finish, and then the closet will continue into this section. So this will feel like a little store, if you will. We'll change the lights. We've already painted the walls, so you can kind of see where we're at here, what we're dealing with. And so down that hall was what the whole building looks like, and then we're just going to kind of continue this wave of Harbor Gray, take off the chair rails, get rid of the wallpaper, and make it look and feel more modern. So just a simple coat of paint, carpet tile, and we end up with a completely different look and feel to the place. And that's what I'm shooting for. I'll take you to my office, which has also been done. I just finished this last week, so I'm working on getting it set up here. You can see, so we have to take the chair rail off, fix this, remove the wallpaper, fix the drywall. You can see all the trim is a 90s rounded trim style, so we take that all off, and then we make it look like this. And so this wall here, I painted a little different. This is origami white, I believe, with chantilly lace trim, so I wanted to do a little different color. I wanted to try the beady-eyed chair. I think it's called the Voce or something like that. I don't like the chair very much. It's okay, but I wanted to test it out. But this is the Beady Eye Sequel series, and then DMF light fixture above. I'm going to put some acoustic treatments in here as well. So I have my stand-up desk with my, one of my desk solutions. The key is to keep the wiring so that it looks at least somewhat presentable. So I've Dynaudio Evoke 20s, a NED D3045 amplifier, and then I have a Dynaudio Sub 18S. This system's pretty sick. This is the 27 Apple display, and then I have my MacBook Pro here that I bring with me. I just like offices, so to be honest, I just wanted to, I really built this just so that I could put these speakers in it. If I'm being honest with you. So these are Dynaudio Contour Legacy, and I'm probably going to do a Michelle, I think it's called, turntable. And so I just wanted to have a nice comfy place where I can hang out. I'm going to have a giant art wall of I already have the picture in my head that I'm going to take, but an art wall of my Golf Blue GT3 RS acoustic treatment will go on the wall here. You might want to go check this out. I started a different channel, another channel, in addition to, I'm just calling it the Matt Moorman channel. So that office tour I'll certainly do on the Matt Moorman channel in the coming weeks. So make sure you're subscribed to that. Also the Garage Obsession channel as well. They're both live and active, so make sure to go subscribe to those and check those out. So my assistant's going to go in here, and so this office is done as well. So this area back here is going to become likely assembly, but for now this is our photography studio. So this is where we shoot the podcast, but this is also where Nick and the product Tommy and the products team take all of our photos for our products. We do it on the MSS Plus array here, and so all photos are done there. So this room is set up. This is our home theater studio. This is where Michael Stevens will be doing a lot of product comparison. You can see we have a bunch of JTR speakers set up here. They've been doing some AB stuff. But this room will be a place where Michael can come and hot swap things much quicker. And so this will be a fully functioning theater setup. So same concept here, where paint the walls, baseboards. They painted the ceiling black in here, put some carpeting in, and it looks pretty cool. I won't be doing a lot of work in here. This is where Michael, my business partner in this, will be doing all of the videos. So if you go check out Obsessed Home Theater or the Youth Man channel for all that stuff. So as we come down the hallway here, all the videos you're watching right now are edited by the Wabas in this room, but we're going to have a dedicated editing section or editing studio back in the initial room that I showed you. The key with the editing area is you need it windowless, and so we're going to make it a like a little cave where we can have control of the light in the room. So this is my freaking nightmare. This here, got a pile of desk stuff, from the yarn building. I've got some OSFO, hundreds of thousands of dollars of Cox hose reels here, which is driving me freaking crazy. And so we're in the process. They've already cleaned this out. There were piles of stuff here. There was just stuff in every freaking corner of this entire building, which is unacceptable to me. And so we're taking this one section at a time. I want everything inventoried. I want everything categorized. And so a room like this is going to transform. Next time I take you through here, this will all be in a very specific spot. It'll either be on racking, but I will tell you, just a couple of days ago, you couldn't walk in here. And so we're making some progress every day here to kind of go through and get this thing set up and dialed. In here is where we have, Mike has all his stuff for now. We're going to have this all inventoried, barcoded, scanned, and managed, properly. Where this is another room that we'll be solving here shortly. I know that we keep a lot of our bubble rack and packaging here, but we're going to solve all this stuff over the course of the next couple of months. Back here, this room is where I have all my car parts. Right? So we'll end up doing some racking, some shelving for this stuff. Most of this is actually going to go on the lev rack, Actually, most of this is the Evo, which when I sell the Evo will go. But this is my GT3, my Model 3, my M3, my GT4. So any parts and pieces that, this is my alignment system, I kind of keep in this room. But I've got stuff like this giant battery backup that we don't need. So there's a lot of stuff in this building that's designed for, a bank that we're gonna slowly, eliminate and take out. Here's our server room right here. And so this is where we keep our NAS. This whole wall here was all telephone systems from the bank. And so we're going to get this all squared away here in the not too distant future as well. We've made some serious progress on the air conditioning system, so that's in here. The main progress of this room is that last time you saw it, we're here, you didn't get to see this, but I have a little Jenny compressor in the corner here, a little 3-horse, and then I have my Road Force balancer and my Auto 42S. I love this. I love the fact that I have this little space here. This is a utility room. These take up so much room in my garage studio, and so having it back here, we've probably done like 24 sets of wheels and tires since I got this reset up. But this is our air handler room. We're very close to getting this complete, and so you can see here, this is a control system that my friend John has been getting set up for us. And so once John gets this all done in the coming weeks, we'll have full control of the building. He'll be able to, via laptop or remotely, he'll be able to manage the building. Let's say we have an office that one person likes to keep a little warmer than another. We're going to be able to manage that all with the control system, which is going to be really cool. We'll also be able to diagnose and assess any problems. So that takes the weight off of me of worrying about the system, because this system is really sophisticated. Part of our long-term plan is to eliminate stuff like this. This is a, 3,000 square feet? 2,500 square feet here of hallway, which is completely useless. And so when we start to get the silos of the building complete, then we'll start to take out these joining walls and connect it all. And so this wall comes out, this wall comes out, this office comes out, everything goes up. And we end up with a space that looks more like the warehouse. So we're in a warehouse slight redesign process here, where we're adding some more end caps to maximize the space. And then we are actually changing how our inventory is housed. So we have these little pockets of rooms all over the place, and we have lots of space upward, on our racking. And so we're going to try to get everything that we own in this room. We're taking this room here, and we are going to make this an assembly area. So we're going to be assembling our wash station, pressure washer stuff in here. So they're in the process of getting everything out of here, building there's going to be some inventory there of parts and pieces that we need to build our wash station. But the way that they do order picking here, they pick 6 orders at a time. This is the A inventory, B inventory, C inventory. They're actually taking the apparel off this back wall and getting it all in this back room here. So we had 2 people in here taking up this whole room. Again, ceiling's going to come out. The wall, that wall is gonna, that's the wall on the other side of the Cox hose room, so that wall stays. But we pick up another 1,500 square feet or so when this wall comes out, this ceiling comes out. But for now, we have this space. This is slated for mid next year when we'll expand this area. So orders come in and go out here, or products come in. So when we have a shipment come in, I have my Crown, which I just paid off. I want to say this sucker was like 40,000 bucks or something like that. But I just paid this off, I think about 6 months ago. And so my Crown forklift, which we keep really, really nice. And then products come into the big door. And then when the UPS and USPS come, all the stuff goes out this door. Fridays are usually a little slower for us because our team's so efficient. Usually by Friday, they're certainly caught up. Usually by Tuesday, they're caught up to real-time orders. So what they'll be shipping today is real-time orders coming in. Assuming it's in stock and not reserve your spot, real-time orders will get picked and shipped. Here's some JTR speakers going out. These are going out, these big old boys? But these will go freight, right?
No. Yeah.
Really? Holy cow. And so, somebody bought some 212 HDRs, that's pretty cool. And then USPS and then UPS will get staged here, and then they'll come through the small door and they'll push it out. This is our, I would highly recommend this, by the way. We have this in the store, or reach out to our design team. Dorsalate. This took like 75% of the heat. The sun beats down on these gray doors all day, and so having this Dorsalate here is remarkable. You can see the orders come this way. Our next phase would be to have conveyors and try to eliminate some more steps. But you can see what's happening. We don't have to weigh things anymore. We know the weight. We know the weight of our boxes. We know the weight of each item, and so the software Deposico that we use weighs everything. And then when they pack a box, it generates a label, they put it on, they're able to double check and make sure that we're sending the right part. And so they're able to scan everything and confirm that we're sending the right stuff out. So those are a couple little fittings that somebody bought that looks like it's going somewhere. So I don't know that we'll ever get to painting these walls gray, but it's you can see. One of the things I'm hoping to do is when I sell the Helen house, I'm hoping to put a new roof on. It's due for a new roof, so we do get some leaking at times. We're kind of chasing leaks. The new roof is about $300,000, and so that's something I'd like to do, but I'm working on it. But everything in here is, you're looking at, there's 5,000 SKUs. 5,000 SKUs of add up to my obsession. Now, there's some redundancy and there's some packages and things like that. So we have about 2,500 individual items that make up all the things that I'm super interested in. And that list grows virtually every day. So back here is where we're assembling hoses. This is a pretty large area. You can see right now, Derek is actually making bubble wrap. We found that it saves us it's about a third the cost, even with the labor to put it together. And so rather than ordering rolls of bubble wrap from Uline, we can buy this bulk wrap and then use this to wrap all of our products. The system's called URSA, U-R-S-A, and they'll build a box of it or do a roll at a time. There's going to be hundreds of things like this, efficiencies like this we're going to gain over the course of the next several years as we become more efficient with packaging. But back here, these are all JTR speakers. All this stuff is going to need to have a home, and so what we're going to do is ceiling's going to come out, it's going to go up. I'll show you an area in the building what this is going to look like, but when we go up, and we go out, these offices come out, we're going to have quite a bit of space. Right now, each one of these rooms has a barcode, and so there's inventory, there's stuff in here. This is the audio room, so we have speakers in this room. But each room has some stuff where we have, this is storage too, and so in here we have extra microfiber towels, and so the goal would be to get this stuff on racking, and get it in position in the not too distant future to have everything. So we know where it is, but I don't like where it is, and so we're going to make that better. Over here is press all stuff. Here, this area is where they're assembling hoses. So we make these hoses. So this is Continental Frontier. very different than the Continental you're going to find at a big box store. I wish I could just buy this, but we buy it bulk and then we build it. So we can manage the quality of the fitting, we can manage the quality of the hose. It's all done on carpeting, so we're not dragging across dirty floors. You're going to spend a lot of money on a hose like this. It's just the raw cost of this, but it's something that doesn't exist. You can't get it anywhere, so I had to make it my darn self. So this assembly will likely be going back in the corner of the building, but we're doing assembling and bottling here in this low bay area. But just imagine, this is like 4,000 square feet. When we go up and out, we gain a ton of space. And it's gonna look like something like this back here. I don't wanna show you, you're gonna have to watch the video of the garage. I'm not gonna show you the garage area, but I will show you the section that won't be the garage, and that's here. This is what most of the building's gonna look like. See how when we take the ceiling out, it looks like this. And so when we go up and we go out, we gain space. And so we'll put a coat of paint on the walls, take the drop ceiling out, do some different duct work. But each room costs somewhere between $20,000 and $30,000 because we have to take the sprinkler system up as well. And so that's one of the big disadvantages to having to buying a building that's already existing, is that we have to do all that work. I'm not showing you over there because that's coming soon. You're gonna have to make sure that you're subscribed and following. The garage series is gonna be epic. So all the guys, all the humans that are over there are gonna come over here. So a good percentage of this stuff is either going on our redesigned warehouse or in this bulk storage room. And so we're gonna have room to move everybody over into these offices and into this section for a few months, maybe a month, while we build out their area. So that'll happen next. But right now, Susie, my assistant's here, Mark, COO, is there, Sam, CFO, is here. So everybody's kind of sitting in temporary spots. This is my catch-all room. I've got a freaking, so this is my fault, but this is just my random stuff that I need to sell off. So we got extra Milwaukee stuff we're gonna get rid of, bike system, my Marantz stuff in here, JTR 110HTs, NAD T778, 2 Dynaudio sub-6s, a shit audio interface, some stainless shelves. What else do I got here? Lots of stuff that I could sell you. Yeah, man. I've got freaking corner of giant, sonic torque wrenches. But this room will be cleaned out here shortly. But hit me up if you want any of that stuff, and I'll make you a sweet deal. So that one's my fault. This little array here of MSS Plus is going in my new garage studio. So we're getting things put into position and getting things organized in the coming weeks. The main reason I wanted to make this video is so that way we can have a reveal here coming up when everything is done. You can see pulling baseboards, pulling chair rails. We got to pull off all of this, and we're doing it with our guys. The way to do this would be just spend $1 million and hire a contractor and do it all, but I don't have that, so I'm not doing that. One of the last room in the building to show you, the break room, this will get shrunk in like half. We're going to build some offices in here, but my plan would be to do like a state-of-the-art Wolf Sub-Zero, really awesome, kitchen for the staff. So that's coming here in the not too distant future as well. Bathrooms are here on the left, and then we're back to the entry. So building's 26,500 square feet. We're going to have quite a bit of additional user space or usable space as we go up and we eliminate some offices. We're going to make this extremely efficient. We paint the outside and we just make everything look awesome. So thanks for coming on this tour with me. Make sure you go subscribe to the new channels, the Matt Moorman channel and the Garage Obsession channel. We'll likely have a couple of how-to channels coming in the future as well. But I'll keep you up to date on this building. It's been a labor of love. We've been here a year and a half. So the next stage here would be to get it so that it's obsessed. And so we're getting there. I'm excited for it. I hope you're excited for it. We'll continue to share it with you. But thanks for watching. See you on the next one.